Aleah, welcome to our client spotlight. I'm so happy that you're on this Zoom recording today that will be shared with our audience and community. I am excited to just introduce you all to Aleah Wood. She is a very, very important part to a company that is dear to my heart, is 5P Consulting. They are located in San Diego. And before I go into what they do, I'm gonna have Aleah share with you a little bit more about the company and what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, so I've been working at 5P for 2.5 years now, which is exciting. And we're a digital transformation consulting firm. So basically, we help our clients transform their processes with digital solutions. So we really do everything to just help your business run better, utilizing the latest technology that's out there, whether it's data integration, product implementations. We're really here to guide companies into making their businesses work better, more efficiently with like all the products, tools, and resources that are out there.
And so what are some of the main platforms that you guys work with and like what size client?
Yeah, so our main product that we work with is integrating Salesforce, but we also do HubSpot. And then a lot of the clients that we work with range in size. I would say mid-market in all various industries. So we've got some smaller clients, a couple of nonprofits that we've worked with, as well as large corporations that are multi-million dollar, that we're in there, customizing their Salesforce or building a loyalty management program for them.
Got it. Interesting. I can't imagine, like it's probably a massive project for these larger companies to just totally revamp, just again, digitizing just everything you guys do from an operational standpoint and transforming their business.
Yes. Yeah, it can be a lot of work.
You guys have always been super resourceful for me. I mean, we have Salesforce, but it's a lot, even for our small business. So I remember just having some conversations with your business owner about just what we can do at our level and just tips. You guys have always been so helpful with just giving us tips. Obviously not your typical client profile, but do appreciate the insight that you guys have and can only imagine how much value you bring to larger organizations. So
yeah. Well, there's a lot from small to big. I mean, that's the really cool thing about what we do is we customize and cater to your needs. Like we're not there to just throw a solution at you. We really try to nail down what is your business need? Is it affordable? Is it within your budget? Like how can we make it work? And then our team of professionals, they're really smart and amazing at what they do and can provide a solution that can grow with you, or it just fits for what you need now. So there's so many options out there, and I think that's where a consulting firm like us is really where we're beneficial. Is we're kind of the experts and can help you take the heavy lifting off and do it for you.
Yeah. So Aleah, tell me how you got to where you're at right now working with the company.
Yeah, so earlier at the beginning of this year, I was promoted to the director of operations. So I've been working as an operations manager since 2016. So funny story, I actually got my degree in English education. So my plan was to become a high school English teacher. And then I just realized that wasn't the career path for me. And so I kind of dabbled in and out of jobs. I was a military spouse at the time. So I didn't have a job, like a consistent job for a while until 2016 when I started working for a nonprofit organization, just doing internal business operations and HR. And I worked there for about 4 years before I joined 5P, and I've really grown within this role, and I love it. I love being over operations and HR. And in this role, I also do marketing, which is fun. But I love it. I love wearing multiple hats. I love working for a smaller business. I'm in my dream job, really. I love coming to work every day.
I love hearing that. That is awesome. Yeah. And so going back to that, what has it been about the culture of the company that you've seen? And obviously, as companies grow, culture evolves because everybody contributes to the culture. So tell us a little bit about your specific company culture and what has drawn you to it.
Yeah, so the culture here at 5P, I feel like we are a very collaborative, team-oriented organization. So we're remote and we've always been remote, which is a challenge in and of itself, which I feel like most people are becoming more familiar with since the pandemic forced a lot of people to go remote. And that has its own unique challenges to the culture. But I feel like, we have a very flexible work environment. We trust our employees as professionals to do their job, and we reward them with the flexibility and time off. We really care about the work-life balance. I think that that's one of the things that our leadership team, and especially Yvonne, who founded 5P, really cares about, making sure our employees are well entirely, not just doing well at work, but having the time to balance, whether they have a family or, they need vacation time to feel recharged, traveling to, fun tropical locations or whatever. We really do care about our employees as a whole and understand that there is a balance between home life and work life, and we expect great things, but we also give that room to breathe. And I think that's worked really well for our culture. And we're very open about collaboration and communication, how we can be better, because problems happen. I think we run into issues all the time, like any company. And the important thing is, like, we're totally open to people making mistakes, but it's like, what's your solution? Just come to the table. How can we fix it and move forward? And I think that's really important. And I think that's helped us be successful with our employee happiness.
Yeah, I think it's like we're all human. Mistakes will happen. Of course, we'd love
Yes.
them to be minimized and learn over time, right? But at the same time, it's like come with your solution and then just make it
Yeah.
happen. And I appreciate that. I've been trying to instill that in our team as well. It's like, okay, great, come up with three solutions that you think could work, and then of those, which one do you think is the one that we should go with? And then let's
Yeah.
execute on it.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
back to culture and kind of
Yeah.
just, and I don't know if it's related to culture or not, but tell us about the most challenging time that you guys have had in business and how you overcame it.
Not to sound cliche, but I really think going through the pandemic and the shutdown was very, very difficult and trying time. We lost a big chunk of our revenue from just clients putting projects
Oh,
aside. And I think the hardest part was just maintaining employee morale and retaining our employees. And so, from an HR standpoint, I was working really closely with our CEO and president to navigate through that, because emotions are high. Everybody was stressed. Like, I think everybody was really just trying to get through the day to day. But through it, we were able to maintain all of our full time employees. And even though there weren't as many perks or benefits, we provided more flexibility, room for taking time off to kind of compensate for that. And then really our growth has exploded, just within these last 8 months or so. We kind of made it through the pandemic. Last year, we hit our 5-year anniversary, which is a big milestone for a business last summer. And then this year, it's just been growth. Like, we have more work than we know what to do with. And we're working hard to combat that. But it was a difficult time, and it was very challenging. And I grew a lot myself in my role as HR in navigating that. And it's nice to be on the other side of that, and to be able to grow, to be able to give out raises and show appreciation in that way. And yeah, so I'd say that was the biggest challenge.
I hear you. I remember having lots of conversations with Yvonne about it during that time and just trying to put together the puzzle pieces. Like, how do we do this
Yeah.
without messing with salaries? And what can we do? And what can't we do? And what shouldn't we do? And what can we give instead? And it was a big
Yeah.
puzzle piece to figure out how to navigate the revenue decreases with contracts being postponed. But now it's kind of like wedding season, right? Where like all the
Yeah.
weddings were postponed and now they're all on like triple. They all want their wedding now. And here it is. It's like all those contracts are being
Yeah.
executed and now we need the talent.
Yes.
The next,
Yes.
the next major challenge in business
Yes.
post-pandemic.
Yes.
So if you had one piece of advice for somebody just starting out, what would it be?
Honestly, connecting with people, I think that's the greatest thing. We have so many tools, whether it's, social media, but just connecting with people. Because I feel like when you work in a silo, it's just you and your own brain and what you do and you don't know. But when you open your mouth, you never know what somebody might say or do, or they might connect you with something or a resource or an idea that you weren't aware of, and that can get you to your next thing, or just open your mind a little bit more. And so the power of just networking and fostering connections is just so beneficial in so many ways.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that. I love that that has come up for you. I recall when I was my first job out of college, I was doing the marketing and networking. I was going to local chamber of commerce events, and I was 21,
Yeah.
not knowing what I was doing, but I was there. And I got to know so many people and stay connected with so many that might have come and gone. And but 15, 20 years later, I'm seeing these people. I'm like, I met you 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And like when I was, however long
Just
ago that was
starting out.
without telling you my age. But
Yeah,
it's truly powerful. Community and connection and your network is one of the most powerful tools we all have in our business.
absolutely.
So, and then what are you really personally passionate about? What drives you?
Personally, like, I'm a single mom, and I have a beautiful almost 7-year-old daughter, and she's really the most important thing in my life. And I just really want to do a good job and make a good life for us. And my life is filled with a bunch of hobbies, and I'm on a board for a nonprofit organization that I'm passionate about. I'm into powerlifting and baking, and
Awesome.
so I keep myself really, really busy, but I'm passionate about living a happy life, I guess, and making the best and making the most of what I can for both me and my daughter.
That's really cool. And more power. I was raised by a single mom, so good
Yeah.
for you, girl. You'll have lots of
Thank you.
just influence in her life. And so it sounds like by having that just making it being the best you can be and focusing on happiness is going to set her on the right trajectory for
I hope
fulfillment
so.
of her own. Awesome.
I hope so.
It was lovely chatting with you. Thank you so much for being on our spotlight. And for those that are
Yeah.
watching, check out 5P Consulting. Again, they're an amazing digital operational consulting company. And they've just been a huge resource for myself and amazing clients to work with. So thank you for being on as a guest and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thanks